Hi guys, it's my first video on YouTube and I'm going to show you what is JSON and how you can use it in GameMaker Studio. Okay, let's imagine we've got two different machines. The first one uses C# and the other one uses Java. These machines have different syntaxes and data structures, but they want to talk to each other. So, how can they talk to each other? Okay, these computers can communicate to each other via JSON. Now, what is JSON itself? Okay, let me show you what is JSON. JSON is a standard structured data format. So, what does it mean, standard structured data? Let me write it here. Hi guys, it's my first video on YouTube. Imagine we have some variables. Okay, we've got some variables in some language, in some programming language, like int score equal to 100. Okay, let me write another variable, or a string name equal to Ali, for example. Now we want to pass these variables between these two machines. One is C# and the other one is Java. How we can exchange these data between these machines? Standard structured data format is our best solution to pass data between these two machines. So, this means we are putting our variables in an appropriate format so we can use them in other places. This is the concept of JSON. Okay, where JSON is being used. Imagine we have a game client and a server. Okay, let me write it here. GameMaker. And the game is written by GameMaker and server is written by, for example, ASP.NET. Okay. Server wants to send some data to GameMaker or vice versa. For this, the data should be converted to JSON. Data should be converted to JSON. Next, we can pass data between machines. Okay. The other use of JSON is we have a card game. For example, something like Hearthstone. And we've got 10,000 cards. How do you store them in your GameMaker scripts? Okay, so you need an appropriate data format to store that data in GameMaker. Okay, how we are going to store this amount of data in Game Maker? It's so simple. With JSON, we can do this. We create a JSON that contains 10,000 cards data. Okay, it's 10,000, not 1,000, for example. How does a JSON look like? We have JSON object and JSON array. Let me write it here. Okay, JSON object and JSON array. Okay, what is object? Between these two brackets, this is an object. We write a variable called name and the value is Ali. Okay, this is an JSON object now. This is an JSON array. Array contains many different objects. Okay, let's look closer. We want to have a name and we put a value Ali in it. We add some more variables like age, phone, and other variables. Okay, let me write them down. This is an object. It contains two different variables. Now we are going to add an object to a variable. Okay, let's write something called properties. And add some variables to the properties. Okay, for example, cars, number of cars as integer, gold, and I don't know, maybe marital status, for example. Let me write it. Okay, it's marital status equal false. Actually, okay, this is an object as value in a variable. Okay, and now we are going to add an array. Let's change the number of cars. For example, we have 3 cars, maybe, and we add the cars array here. Okay, this is an array of cars. We have 3 cars, so we add 3 objects. First one is Bugatti, and the second one is I don't know, maybe Volvo. And the last one is I don't know, maybe it's a Lambo. Okay, let me see. Okay, Lambo. Wow, it's BMW. That's cool. Okay, the whole thing is a JSON. So we created a JSON which has variables, object inside it, and an array. So how we can create a JSON in a simpler way? Okay, go to the objgen.com/JSON to generate live JSONs in an easiest way. Okay, here we want to create a level file. Okay, for example, we add level ID equal, again, n means number, n means it's a number. Okay, and back color equal to don't know, it's black. Okay, and we add some cards, array of cards, and let's add some information to our cards. Okay, for example, name. Okay, inside each object in array we can add inner arrays like this. Okay, let me write power. Cards. Okay, name equal, I don't know, maybe it's Harry, it's Harry. Okay, and the color is black. Inside each object in array we can add inner arrays like this. Okay, we add some spells for each wizard. Okay, for example, spell number 1, its power is 10, and the second spell called S2, and its power is, it's a powerful spell, it's 11, for example. Okay, now we copy paste this for the other one. As you see, we have cards array with 2 objects, and we have a spells array for each card object. Now we want to bring this JSON to GameMaker. We can get this JSON from server, or you can save it in a file as level data and read it when it's needed. If you want to bring it as a string into GameMaker, we should copy it, then create a new script and paste it. Look, we've got some bunch of errors. That's because we copy it as GML code, but it's not GML. So what should we do? There is something called encoding. We need to convert our JSON into a standard string. We use encoding. One of the most popular encoding is base64. So we go to the base64 encode.org and paste our JSON. Okay. So we paste our JSON and don't mess with these settings and just push the encode button. Okay. This is our encoded JSON. We copy it, then put it in GameMaker as string. Let's name this script. This script just returns our encoded JSON. Okay. Cards JSON. Okay. But before we return the string, we must decode it. Okay. What is decoding? If you want to know how it works, we go to base64 decode.org and paste our encoded JSON. Okay, let me do this. Okay, look, it's decoded back our string. You see? Okay, we want to do this in GameMaker. We use base64 decode function. Okay, now we want to read our JSON in GameMaker. We create a test object and open it, adding create event, and here for reading this JSON we must look what data we want to extract. Okay, now we want to get level ID. We define JSON string variable. Okay, yeah, we are writing JSON, writing str equal to JSON decode function. And now we should pass this string to our JSON decode function. Okay, we are going to read our first variable. Okay, what was it? It's level ID. Okay, level ID, right? Our variable equal ds map. Okay, what is ds map? Let me show you what is a ds map. Okay. ds map is like a bag full of items, but in random positions. Okay, variables are spread like this. In here, for example, variable number 1, variable number 2, the third variable, the fourth, Okay, they are spread like this. Did you get the concept? Okay, let's get back to our work. DSMap is used to read an object. Okay, we copy our variable from here and use DSMap find value for ID. We pass our JSON string, and for key we write our level ID. Okay, now show our variable value. Let us see what happens. Okay, so we should add a room and putting our object in room and hitting the play button. Okay, done. It prints 1. Okay, look, it shows the value inside level ID. Okay, now we are going to show the next variable. Okay, for example, color. We do the same thing. Okay, copying the color. Okay, and change it to color and run. Yep, it's black. That's cool. Now we want to iterate cards array. Okay, we want to iterate the cards array. We have 2 items in our cards array. Okay. First we should get cards array. Okay. We get cards array like our previous variables. As we said, it's a list, an array. To iterating between objects, items inside an array, we should use DSList. What is DSList? DSList in GameMaker is a sorted array like this. Okay. To get access to items in array, we should know the size of array. You see, it's a sorted list. Sorted array. Let's see what is the size of our cards list. Okay, cards list size equal ds list size. Should find ds list size. Okay. Look, there are two objects in our list. Okay, you see we've got two objects in our cards array, and we should get number 2. Okay, run it. That's where magic happens. Okay, did you see it was 2? Now we are going to access the data in cards list. Okay, we want to get items one by one, so we use a for loop here. And in each iteration we should get a card object. You see, want to get these card objects. Okay, we should get a card object like this. Let me show you. Okay, card equal ds list find value. Okay, for ID we pass the cards list. And write I here. Okay, we got the card object. Now we want to extract the variables inside each card object. For example, wizard name. Okay, it was like this. Ds map find value inside our card object. Okay, we want to get name. Wizard name plus sharp, and let's print our temp str. Okay, run. We got our wizard's name back. Okay, do you see them? Our wizard names. Gandalf and the Harry Potter. Oh, that was Harry. Now let's go to get spell arrays inside each wizard object. Okay, spell equal ds list this map find value card, inside card object, we get the spell variable. Okay, getting spell size, spells list size equal ds list. Okay, ds list size spells. So we must do the same thing for spells array. Okay, spells ds map. What was that? Ds map find value. Spells. Okay, we want to get name. Spells name. Okay, spell power. And should convert it to a string because it's an integer. Okay, temp string plus equal to power, no, spell plus string j plus okay, let me see that, plus power equal okay, just trace the window. Does spell. Okay, let me see. Let me check this out. Oh, okay, sorry. I've written wrong code. It should not be ds map. I mean, the spell item should be ds list. Okay, it's ds list. Sorry for my fault. Okay, it's ds list find value, and it's spells Okay, and J. Now spell power equal is map find value, spell item, and here we should write the power. Okay. And now let's put it here. Okay, I guess it's okay. Now let's see what happens. We got some errors. Let me check. Wow, it's not string. Okay, now it should work. Yes. Now you can see our JSON data in here. Okay. So we extracted all data in this JSON object, in this JSON file. Sometimes we need to read that JSON from a text file. For example, we want to create separate files for each level. In this case, we should create a file per our levels. Now we want to read this JSON from a text file. So we copy this and creating a new file. Name it level 1 and pasting the file here. Okay, save it. Look, it's all in just one line. This is important when we want to read from a file. Now creating a new included file. Navigating to our file. It's now loaded. Okay, creating a new script to read the file. Okay, name it get level 1, for example. Let's make it getting a new argument. I think it's better. Okay, now we want to read our file using function file text open read. Then working directory for included files location plus our file name. It's level and plus argument 0. It should be a string actually. And finally plus file format, which is .txt here. We should use this function to read our file. And now we want to read inside that file. Okay, line equal. So we read it's the only line here using file text read line. We pass our file variable and now we should return the line. Okay, and in here, before doing anything, let's test if it works. So show message and get level 1. Okay, let's run it. Okay, it's working. You see, we read our file text. So let's get back to our script and decode our JSON. Okay, I'm removing the extra lines. And in here, we use our new method, get level 1. And let's see what happens. Done, it's working. Okay, we did it, guys. We just read our JSON file and extracted the variables using this script. Hope you enjoy our video, and please enjoy Game Maker. Goodbye. Have a good day.